In this exciting edition of From the Core, we show you the spirit of giving,
chat with our friends at TB2,
and we hope you make some holiday gifts from the heart.
We have all this and more on From the Core.
Welcome to this exciting edition of From the Core. I'm Brianna, and David and I have a few festive surprises for you.
That's right, Brianna. Every holiday season, the spirit of giving is in the air. You might think that making a monetary donation is the only way to give, but FTC reporter Maddie provides a whole new way to look at giving during the holidays.
It's Christmas, a time for searching for that pair of jeans you've always wanted, receiving presents in nice big boxes, and hoping Santa stuffs your stocking with gift cards so that you can buy what you really want. Well, if your holy day has become a practice in consumerism, may I suggest a different approach? Instead of focusing on what you are going to get for Christmas, why don't you focus on what you can give to others? There are a multitude of organizations and collection programs to which you can make a donation. This means you can target your giving. For instance, the Salvation Army has a program called Angel Tree. This program makes the holidays brighter for thousands of underprivileged children by partnering with people just like you to buy these kids age-appropriate gifts. If you would like to go one step beyond just giving, you can always donate your time to preparing gifts for those in need. Samaritan's Purse hosts packing parties for a program it calls Operation Christmas Child. During these parties, volunteers stuff hundreds of boxes, all in order to spread some Christmas cheer. I'm sure they could always use a couple hands. Also, your school is a great place to look for ways to give to others. Many school clubs have a charity or service component. But listen, your holiday giving efforts don't have to come through any type of formal institution. Just look around your community for ways to help. Maybe you could visit the elderly or a pet shelter. You can even use your talents like singing or drawing to make someone's holiday a little brighter. The impact of having a gift during the holidays is magical. The people who receive these gifts are so thankful, and the littlest things mean so much to them. This is Maddie reporting for From the Core.
Thanks, Maddie. This is really inspiring me to go out and give.
When we come back, a reporter and editor from TB2 gives us their take of the reason for the season. Stay with us.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
All right, listen, we all need a little nudge sometimes. I don't function without coffee in the morning, but it is going to take more than a double mochaccino to help you here.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero oír. Danny, no lo puedo hacer. Quiero oír. Danny, lo voy a hacer.
DMC, liking your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs. Just keeping it real.
Louder! Louder! I'm gonna get my GED! Come on! Get your GED! Hey. Keep it down, brother. Thanks.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Welcome back to From the Core, where we are spreading teen-related news across Tampa Bay. How are we doing this, you ask? Through a wonderful partnership with TB2. In the studio with me today is TB2 editor Rachel Mowat and King High School student staffer William Harvey. Thank you guys for coming here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
William, I understand you are doing a story on the upcoming apocalypse. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Certainly. Some people believe that the end of the Mayan calendar, December 21st, will also be the end of the world. I'm doing a story with two King High School students who have birthdays on the 21st and the 22nd. Both of them are very concerned that the world is going to end on their birthday or right before it. It's interesting because they've moved past the initial doubt stage to arguing over who has it worse. One says that the apocalypse is his gift, the worst gift one can get, and the other says that they won't even get their birthday, and if they do, they won't have any friends.
And through this discussion, what did you discover with these students?
Well, it's interesting how their personalities shifted because one of them is very scientific. He's never believed in an apocalypse before, but this time he believes it because, of course, it's on his birthday. The other is actually, he's believed in prior apocalypses, but this time, because his birthday is coming, he doesn't think it'll happen.
Wow, that sounds like a really interesting story. I better check that out before the apocalypse happens. Rachel, I understand TB2 is sponsoring the Next Big Thing concert. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. The Next Big Thing concert is put on by 97X, and they have 12 bands there. Some of them you might recognize, the band Fun, which has become popular, as well as others that are up and coming. TB2 is sponsoring it, so we'll be there all day. We'll have a couple of the staffers in more suits, so that'll be fun. And it'll just be a really good, fun time at Vinoy Park in St. Pete.
Being that the world is coming to an end soon, it's only fitting that one of the highest-grossing film sagas, Twilight, just came to a close. I understand that one of your staffers took his grandfather to go see the final installment. Can you tell me what happened there?
Certainly. One of our staffers, Louis Castillo, he brought his 84-year-old grandfather to the end of the Twilight saga. His grandfather knows nothing about the series, and he was not quite as fond of it as he had hoped. Some of the Twihards, or Twilight fans, made fun of Louis and his 84-year-old date. The grandfather believed Edward was a bit of a sissy for a vampire, and he actually did think that Jacob was very manly for a werewolf. In the end of the movie, he agreed, or was hoping, for Edward's family.
That sounds like a really fun story that I really want to go check out. And finally, Rachel, TB2 is doing some holiday issues this month. Can you tell me about what those are going to have?
Yeah, we actually do a lot of holiday coverage. We have several issues that we do. One of them is on shopping and decorating. One of the stories in there is on thrift gifting.
What's thrift gifting?
It's very similar to thrifting, except for you're not thrifting for yourself, you're gifting. So you're going to thrift stores looking for gifts for other people. Yeah, so we're also doing a Hanukkah piece in there. We're having one of our staffers, Amelia, doing a guide on 8 Crazy Nights for the non-Jewish people. So it will clue them into all the Jewish jokes that happened during that movie. And then this is going to be one of my favorites because I have an ugly Christmas sweater at home. But we're doing a spread on ugly Christmas sweaters.
What does that mean?
Well, you know those ugly sweaters that like your grandparents give you in the winter, or that are like hiding in the back of your closet? Well, people have started wearing them, and so we're trying to bring light to that.
How can we share our ugly Christmas sweaters with the world?
I'm really happy you asked that. TB2 has a hashtag on Instagram now, so you can take a picture of your ugly sweater and or anything that you would like to have in that Instagram, and you could hashtag it TB2, the number 2, and you. And the best photos will be published in our paper. Not only that, but all those that participate will be put in a drawing, and they could get cool TB2 prizes.
Some crew members here at FTC may want to do that. Thank you guys for coming here today. It was really fun.
Thank you for having us.
Stick around. From the Core, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brock. This is your Civics 101 quiz. This founding father led America to victory on the battlefield of Trenton, New Jersey on Christmas 1776. Can you guess who it is?
Mom, can I have $1? I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No, the upstairs closet.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
If you guessed George Washington, then you're right. On Christmas night 1776, he led his Continental Army and militia across the Delaware River in the famous Battle of Trenton against Colonel Johann Rall of the British and German Hessian armies. The Americans were clearly the underdogs in this battle, as Washington's 2,400 troops many of them untrained, came from a vast area: Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. However, the Americans outnumbered Colonel Rall's army and outgunned them as well. Washington surprised the opposing forces, resulting in an amazing victory for the United States. This is Brock, and you've been watching Civics 101.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Throughout the year, we at FTC have been highlighting men and women who have made a difference right here in Tampa. Today, our FTC contributor, TJ Kootz, will tell us about our unsung superstar.
Thanks for having me, Brianna. My unsung superstar is James McKay Sr., and he was born in Ireland in 1808, and he left home at a young age to become a mariner. And along the way, in 1837, he married Matilda Cale in Scotland, and they had 4 children before immigrating to the United States.
Once he immigrated to the United States, what did he do?
Once he arrived in the United States, he opened a general store and a sawmill on the Hillsborough River, and years later, he had strong interest in local real estate and purchased 2 schooners. With those schooners, he bought vast herds of cattle and imported them to Cuba and became one of Tampa's most wealthiest and respected citizens.
With James McKay becoming one of Tampa's most wealthiest and respected men, what did he do?
He became mayor in 1859, and he set standard procedures and forms for legal licenses and legal documents. And he was the only non-U.S. citizen to become mayor in Tampa.
So, TJ, what do you feel was his legacy to Tampa Bay?
I feel his greatest legacy to Tampa Bay was bringing economic prosperity and economic growth to the Tampa Bay area. Even though he was not a U.S. citizen, he established himself as being one of the most prominent citizens in the Tampa Bay area.
Great. How were you affected by the research of James McKay?
Doing the research really inspired me because he came to the United States with very little, and he made himself one of the most influential leaders in the Tampa Bay area, and that just really inspired me.
Great. Thank you for being here, TJ.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with more From the Core.
G-Morning, sunshine. Text me back. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back.
Are you with your friends? That's lame.
We're in a huge fight right now. XO.
What'd you dream about?
Something I did?
Are you on your way to the mall?
I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 132.
That's how many batters struck out 4 times in one game last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's how many kids witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
That's not a good stat.
No, it's not, but it can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
It's that time of year again, and like most people, you probably haven't finished your Christmas shopping yet. Well, one of our FTC reporters got tired of waiting in lines to find the perfect gift, and decided to make it instead. Here's Brianna with Alex.
We all know that the best gifts are those that come from the heart. So our very own FTC reporter Alex decided to drop by the studio with a few gift suggestions. So Alex, what are we going to start with first?
All right, let's start with what you have in your hands, which is little oatmeal soaps, which I used using simple ingredients that I found in my bathroom and my kitchen. What you're going to want to start with is an unused bar of soap, which you're going to want to grate down to about half. And then once you're done grating those, you're going to want to add a 1/3 cup of oatmeal. And then into that mixture, you want to add a 1/3 cup of water. Once you have those together, you want to make a dough-like consistency, and once you have that, go ahead and flatten it out and take cookie cutter pieces and cut out your soap shapes. And once you're done with that, just leave it, put it on a cookie sheet and leave it out to dry.
They look great and they smell great. This also smells good too. Can you explain that?
Yeah, this is actually another bath product, which is a brown sugar scrub that I made using, again, ingredients that I just found in my kitchen. And all you need is 1 cup of olive oil and 2 cups of brown sugar. And you're going to want to take that and mix it in a bowl. And if you want to add some extra scent, go ahead and add some vanilla extract. And just you mix it, and once you get this type of consistency, you're going to want to take the chunks of brown sugar and spoon it carefully into that mason jar, and that's it.
So what exactly does this scrub do for you?
Brown sugar is a really great exfoliant, and olive oil is also really, really good for moisturizing your skin.
It smells really good. I think I'm going to try it.
I hope you do.
So what else do we have? I see potpourri.
Yes, this is actually probably the simplest demonstration I'm doing today. And all you need is 20 mini lights and about 2 ounces of potpourri. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to put the lights in first, but as you're putting them in, you're going to want to layer the potpourri on top of it. And you want to make sure that at the end of the lights, you leave the cord sticking out of the mouth of the jar.
Okay. So does it light up or anything?
Yeah, it does. Go ahead and plug it in. All right, as you can see, after a while of leaving the jar to sit with the lights, the heat from the bulb will actually make the potpourri smell.
Ooh, that sounds good. So I see we have caramel and apples. Do you want to?
Yes. Okay, so all I did for the caramel and apples was I took a can of sweet condensed milk and I submerged it in water, and you want to leave about 1 inch of water above it in a slow cooker, and you leave it for about 6 hours, and when you come back, just let it cool off. And when you open the can, you'll actually have caramel inside.
Oh.
Yeah, and then to top it off, what I did was I took some chocolate toffee bars and I crushed those and I sprinkled them on the top.
Oh, that sounds good. I see you have hot cocoa. That's always good for Christmas.
Yes. Okay, so all I did for this was I took about 1 cup of dry milk and 1 cup of hot chocolate, half a cup of chocolate chips, and 3/4 of a cup of marshmallows, and about 3 candy canes, and I just layered them on top of each other. And the trick to layering it is you want to be very careful when you're pouring it, and just to pat the jar a little bit as you're going through the layers.
Okay.
And that's all it really is.
It looks really cute. So what other accessories can we use on these?
Well, if you noticed, I used all mason jars, so it really wasn't that hard to decorate. What I did is I bought some doilies, and this came in a pack of 20 for only $2, and I topped the mason jars with them and took some ribbon and wrapped it around just to make it look extra pretty. And even for this one, I just took some cellophane wrap and put ribbon on it and added an apple. What you also want to do is get some tags. You could just go online, look up free printable tags, and there's a ton out there. Or you can just make your own like I did for the food products, and where I even added directions for the recipient.
If you missed any of the instructions, don't worry. If you go to our website located at tampagov.net and click the From the Core link, you can find a detailed list of materials and step-by-step instructions.
Thanks, Alex. Do you have anything else to say?
Yes, this Christmas, it's important to remember it's not about spending money, it's about having fun and getting creative with your gifts.
Great. Stay tuned for more FTC.
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that?
Whoa.
Why would he purposely make us all fail? Really?
I'm sorry.
What is this? Is that how this is going to be?
What is your problem?
You have issues. You're going to pay for this.
Whoa, what's going on here?
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that?
Whoa.
Why would he purposely make us all fail?
When you need to curb your anger, take a deep breath. Relax. Think before you speak and walk away.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was just running a class.
See you around.
Remember, hot heads never win.
Welcome back to From the Core. So far, we've talked a lot about the spirit of giving.
So for this month's POV, Alyssa Burnham decided she wanted to give you something to talk about when it comes to getting a good education.
Education is important because students in school develop skills such as multitasking, prioritizing tasks and assignments, and organization. The bulk of what students get out of school is knowledge. They learn to analyze, evaluate, and come to conclusions in all subjects. Teachers guide the students in thinking on different levels and provide information regarding the positive and negative outcomes of situations. While being educated, students also learn how to interact with people. Their eyes can be opened to realizing that there are people who may be smarter than they are, but they still need to work to the best of their ability. Listening and being willing to take advice is part of building people and social skills that can be used in every facet of life. One of the most important decisions a person can make is to complete their education and receive a high school diploma. There are some students who will choose not to complete high school, and in making this decision, they will realize that other people have a higher income than they do because they failed to graduate. The gap could be as much as $10,000 a year. Those who do not graduate are more likely to suffer unemployment at some time because of the low level and unskilled positions they have. Employers have shown a preference for hiring people with at least a high school diploma over those who don't have one. Although the dropout rate has decreased, there is still a high number of students who choose to leave school to begin their adult life and career, not realizing the effect their choice will have on their life. For example, in elementary school, when the teacher asks the students what they want to be when they grow up, they come up with all these cool careers. Girls want to be teachers and veterinarians. Boys want to be race car drivers and sports players. Growing up, these kids would need to stay in school to get to where they want to go. However, the statistics in Florida show about 84% of students will graduate from high school. This means that 16% of students will have a harder time reaching their goals than those who have graduated. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You must do the thing you think you cannot do." For some people, staying in school is just too much to handle. They may often be bullied, so they drop out because they want to get away from bullies. Whatever challenges students are facing, I want to encourage them to stay in school by sharing the top 4 reasons to stay in school according to the National Dropout Prevention Center. Number 1, dropouts are much more likely to be unemployed. Number 2, graduates have better employment opportunities. Number 3, people who do not graduate are much more likely to need public assistance. And finally, dropouts make up a large percentage of America's prisoners. 82% are high school dropouts. So, if you're thinking about dropping out, I encourage you to stay in school.
Alyssa's focus on education is right up our alley. Wouldn't you say so, David?
Definitely. Here at From the Core, we'd like to shout about students who go above and beyond. Since fall sports in many schools just came to a close, we would like to dedicate our shout-outs to some impressive student athletes.
We would like to shout about Durant High School football for their perfect regular season record and continuing on into the postseason. Great job, guys.
The state-bound plant cross-country team, as well as Sarah Hartman from Sickles, who placed first at district cross-country meet.
Congratulations to all. Well, that about wraps up our show.
In case you missed something or would just like to watch the story again, just visit our website, www.tampagov.net/CTTV, and click on the From the Core link on the bottom left side.
And remember, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, always do your part. Thanks for watching. See you next time on From the Core.